Sure. Hi Renee. When Arsenal played Barcelona a couple of years ago, Jonas Eidevall was talking about, really prepared for Barcelona's quality, prepared thoroughly, but sometimes the players need to be on the pitch to feel it and see it. And it felt a bit like maybe the first 30 minutes. Do you think, obviously Arsenal recovered really well from that, but that first 30 minutes Arsenal really had to hang in there. Do you think perhaps Lyon's quality and their intensity was a bit of a shock in that opening bit?
Yeah, you'll have to ask the players, but I don't think it was a shock. But of course, it's very high level opposition, so the tempo is higher, and you'll get punished if you make mistakes. And I think we had to settle into the game and create the belief while we were playing, and I think that shows in the way we come out in the second half and how we play our game, even though we're playing against a really strong opponent with so much threat, that we have the courage and the bravery to play our game. And so yeah, we grow into the game from that perspective, and I think in that period against an opposition like Lyon with so much threat, I think when we then have momentum, we need to score, and that's what we do in the end. But yeah, we probably should have scored at least one more in that phase of the game, while you're at home at the Emirates against such a strong opponent. So and then we worked really hard to get that goal, and then it was disappointing that they score very quickly afterwards, because then we're chasing the game again. But yeah, it's half-time, and it's 1 goal down, so we still have the opportunities when we play them next week.
And in terms of what you said at half-time, there were signs of recovery, I think, the end of the first half, but your half-time team talk, what kind of details did you change to bring out that improved performance in the second half?
Yeah, so some details in what we wanted to look for on the pitch in possession, and doing it with a little bit more tempo to create bigger spaces. And then out of possession, we needed to find some solutions for how they position themselves in their build phase.
Thanks, Tim. James.
Renee, were the players surprised at all about, I know Tim referred to it a little bit, but the intensity that Lyon started the game with in particular?
Like I said, I haven't spoken to the players yet. I don't think so, but I think playing against Lyon with these, specifically these 3 forwards on the pitch, it's something that we haven't faced this season yet, and so that was one to, like you said, you have to experience it to be able to find the solution, and I think what was strong of the team was that we needed to settle in the game, and it took us some time, but then we did it, and we found the solutions, and the courage and the belief started to grow, and the solutions on how we stopped them, and of course we prepared for that. It's not that it was a surprise for us. We knew what we were going to face, and the players knew exactly that this was the threat we needed to stop. And but I'm happy in the way we grow into the game, and especially then the phase in the second half where we dominate.
And knowing that, and knowing how that felt for the players, certainly on the pitch, does that put you in a stronger position now going into the second leg?
Yeah, hopefully. We know exactly what we're playing against next week, but the same will count for Lyon.
Thanks, James. Kit.
Hi Renee, you kind of alluded to maybe Arsenal missing a few chances, perhaps maybe you could have scored more in a game. How do you essentially become more clinical for the second leg next week? Is it anything technical you can do? Is it psychological? How do you take more opportunities?
So I think what's been a big strength of us as a team is that we are ruthless, and that we find ways to score a lot of goals. So I don't think just after this game that we start to doubt ourselves in that area on how capable we are. But of course we're gonna have a look at, is there even more specific things we can do in the final third to create bigger chances. But I think a couple of chances we create are really good. So we find good setups on the pitch. So we're gonna find the details for next week, definitely.
You obviously have some time to prepare for it, but aside from maybe being a bit more clinical, is there anything major you feel that's what we need to do better in next week to get a different result at this stage?
I think everything we expected the game to be, it turned out the way we expected today. So it's about, and I think, of course, we now look at the two fast attacks where they score from, where we concede from. But I think so many times we stop it early and really well as well. So, but the learning is you need to do it consistently without any slips over 90 minutes, because otherwise, if a team like Lyon gets 1, 2, 3 chances, they will punish you.
Thanks, Kit. 1 or 2 more. Helen?
Yes. Renee, I think sort of thinking glass half full, like you say, it's halfway through now, we've got another tie. And it feels to me like playing Lyon away is not as scary as maybe playing other teams away, because their support isn't like Arsenal's support, etc., etc. And also it feels like maybe 2-1 isn't too bad a result, considering Diani in the first half was just like electric, no one could sort of touch her. It feels to me like maybe that's not such a bad result.
I think we're not happy with the result because, like I said, we did really well finally getting the equaliser, and that was the least we wanted. And after that goal, we felt like we could potentially score another one. So I think as the game turned out, especially in the second half, a draw or a win was what we went for. So, but yeah, I think Arsenal has done it before against Lyon away. Has won with big numbers, so it's going to be a pitch 11v11, good grass, and we have all the opportunities to win that game next week.
And do you think, because you've got another 7 days before the next one, or is it 8 days? And so maybe there'll be more, some of the players who weren't quite maybe 100% fit today might be fit by next Sunday?
Yeah, that will definitely help. But if they wouldn't have been fit, they wouldn't be in the squad today. So they were ready to play. But we're going to use these 7-8 days in an optimal way to get ready for Sunday.
Also, Stina looked really sharp when she came on as well.
Yeah, so Stina has been doing really well for us, as so many other players.
Excellent. Last one up.
Hi Renee, you mentioned the Lyon game from a couple of years ago. Just there, I was wondering, because the squad's quite similar, is there much you can take from, I guess, watching that game back and using that for your preparation?
Yeah, it is similar, and they have similar players, but I think so much has changed in those years as well. So not too much from a tactical point of view, but definitely from a psychological point of view, and knowing that if you go there, you can do something, and Arsenal's done it before and won with 5-1, I think. So, but yeah, this is going to be a different scenario. Of course, Lyon are happy with the 2-1 here, and they will do everything they can to protect that lead. So it's going to be a very difficult game, but we're going to go there and believe that we can do something.
Awesome. We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.